I hate to be the one to break it to you, but winter's coming. Did you know that? And this morning we are sharing the things you need to be doing to your garden now to make sure your plants make it through the winter and show up for you again next spring. Joining us with his tips, we love him, our gardening expert, Antonio Valente. Hey.
Hey, good morning, Lindsey. Welcome to my garden.
I can't believe this is your garden, for real?
Yes.
This is not a green screen.
This is like maybe half of it. The other half of it's like behind the camera. So, yeah.
Unbelievable. I realize I'm going to fix my hair while I'm talking to you here. Okay, let's talk about burlap.
Me too.
Yours looks good. Burlap is your best friend. That's what I'm told, right? We love burlap. Why do we love it, and how do you use it?
Yeah, Lynn, so this is burlap here. So this you can pick up at any hardware or gardening store. And this is a Canadian gardener's best friend. I use this to protect any of the plants in my garden, which are sort of like borderline hardy and that may or may not make it through the winter. So I'm covering up those. I'm also using it on any of the plants in my garden which are susceptible to wind or sun damage over the course of the winter. So for example, here we have a boxwood hedge that lines our walkway. I will actually use this to wrap the boxwoods to help keep them looking nice and green throughout the winter so they look really, really great next spring when I remove the burlap.
Okay, I have boxwoods, so I need to do that, apparently. Okay.
Hundo.
A hundo P. All right, for some parts of the country, we are coming up to what is known as, dig and divide time? I don't know what this means, so walk me through.
Yeah, so dig and divide. So this is the time of year when you're going to want to start thinking about digging those bulbs that are in your garden that are not winter hardy. So all the summer blooming things. So things like tuberous begonias, things like gladiolus, and things like dahlias. So the beautiful flowers you can see right behind me right here. So I'm getting ready to dig and divide those. So as soon as we get a light frost, we haven't had one yet, which is really nice, but as soon as we get a late frost, I'm gonna come in here, dig up all their tubers, which is just essentially like a bulb. I'm gonna divide them. I'm gonna store them over the winter in a cold cellar so that I can plant them again next spring and get this beautiful display again next year.
So question, if you're gonna store them in a cold cellar, why aren't you just storing them outside where it's cold?
Because they're not hardy. These, dahlias, gladiolus, tuberous begonias, things are like that will just freeze and die. They won't, they're not perennial. They are not hardy over the winter. Okay,
and when should we start bringing our plants inside?
Yeah, so there are a number of plants that we grow outside that make really great house plants inside. You're going to want to do that before we get a frost. So that's the difference there. So for example, I'm going to be bringing in my elephant's ears, which is this plant right here. Nice. Gorgeous, like tropical plant. Like, why wouldn't you want that indoors in winter when it's cold? The other plant I'm going to be bringing in is this one right here, my Soups Adorbs, my banana palm, my banana tree. I've had this for years. Really? I just put it outside in the summer, comes inside with me in the winter, and, it loves it. So
it's just like people. Stay outside in the summer, come inside in the winter, right? Okay, anyone who follows you on social media, and by the way, you should, you would know how busy you have been the last little while with bulbs, because this is showtime for planting spring bulbs. So what should we do here?
Yeah, if you've been following along in Instagram, you know how busy we are shipping bulbs right across Canada. So, Linz, this is a tulip bulb. Yep. We've been shipping tulips and daffodil bulbs, and now is the time to actually plant them. They're super easy to grow, and the thing I love most about planting tulip and daffodil bulbs right now is that over the course of the long, cold winter, it gives me something like incredibly beautiful to look forward to next spring. It'll warm up, and these will bloom, pop up through the ground, and they will look great.
And they look so good. And I have to say, I'm a huge fan of your final tip when it comes to general cleanup. You say, don't be in a rush to clean up. How come?
Yeah, so this last tip is for the lazy gardener. Don't be in such a rush to clean up all that decaying foliage and the dead plants and whatnot. I mean, I'd certainly clean up anything that's unsightly, tidy up around your front door, but don't be afraid to leave some of that foliage in the back areas of your garden, because that foliage is going to continue to break down and return its nutrients back into the soil, and then clean up what's left in the spring.
I love that. Antonio, always such a pleasure to see you, and your garden looks beautiful.
Thanks, Lindsey.
All right, thanks for the great tips.
Thanks, Lindsey.
Nice to see you. All right, now it's...
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.